Hey, what's up guys? Leafs fan here, and today I'm back with my question and answer video. And what you guys have probably seen on the screen right now, I imagine, is some EASHL gameplay against Nasher 61's club montage moment. So you guys can enjoy that in the background while I answer you guys' questions. So in the last video that I made, I asked for your guys' questions. You guys left me a decent amount of questions, and I've been going through them, and they do look like really good questions. So we're gonna go right into it here, and we're gonna start off with JC4491's question, and he asked, "How old are you?" I'm actually 18 years old right now. I'll be 19 in March. So thanks for your question. Roth00140 wants to know, do you think Team Canada could have won the game against Team USA if they had have pulled Malcolm Subban earlier, and if not, what would it have taken for Team Canada to win the game? Yeah, I do actually think that Canada could have won the game if they changed up Malcolm Subban. To be honest, I don't think Malcolm Subban looked confident at all during the tournament, and to be honest, I don't think it was a very smart coaching decision to even start him throughout the tournament, and especially in a big game like that against Team USA. I mean, they could have either gone with Jordan Binnington, which I would have preferred to have in net, over Malcolm Subban, and have Malcolm Subban as a backup. To be honest, that's part of the reason why I think Team Canada lost, because it was a shaky play of Malcolm Subban. Not only that, though, to be honest, I don't really like Steve Spott to be the coach of Team Canada. Team Canada did so much better when Pat Quinn was coaching them, and I think it's time to make a new coaching decision, or change up the coaches, because it's been a long enough drought now for Canada. So I definitely think that Team Canada needs a new coach, and that they shouldn't have started Malcolm Subban. So yeah, thanks for your question. Chris Hockey 311 wants to know, who is your favorite goalie? I'm gonna give you two answers for this one. Back in the day when I was growing up, I'd say my favorite goalie was Curtis Joseph, because being a Leafs fan when you're a kid, Curtis Joseph, especially around my era as a kid, Curtis Joseph was the man, and he was just a fan favorite, so he was definitely my favorite goalie growing up. And, oh, this is a tough one. Modern day, I would probably have to say Martin Brodeur would be my favorite goalie, even though I guess you can kind of say that's for past. No, I'll go with Ryan Miller, actually. He's always been a solid goaltender. And, I'd love to see him in a Leafs uniform someday, but I don't see that happening. I imagine he's going to be a Buffalo Sabre for the remainder of his career. But, yeah, those are my favorite goalies. Thanks for your question, Chris Hockey. UTP 102 wants to know, who is the most underrated player in the NHL? Oh, this is a tough question. I'm going to have to go with Matt Duchene. He's always been solid, but he's sort of flown under the limelight, if you will. And I think that he's definitely a great talent, and Colorado Avalanche, actually, this goes into another question I was reading. I think Colorado Avalanche may be one of the most underrated teams in the NHL. I mean, they've got freaking Matt Duchene, they've got Gabriel Landeskog, Stasny, and the list just goes on. And I imagine when the NHL gets started back up at the end of the month, the Colorado Avalanche will have a great season. So I definitely think Matt Duchene is the most underrated player in the NHL. It's Mold Gold wants to know, if someone told me to press a button that would kill a totally random person that you would never meet for $100,000, would you do it? I guess I can kind of give you two answers to this. The first one would probably be, if I needed the money, yeah, I'd do it. And then you kind of go into morality there. I don't think I would do it because it would be morally wrong. And I don't know, if I wouldn't get caught for doing it, yeah, I guess I would do it. And if I needed the money, but I don't know, if I was in a really immoral state, I wouldn't do it. But interesting question. Thanks for the question. J Cole 32 wants to know, what do you think the best steal in the NHL draft was? I'm gonna say Morgan Riley by the Leafs. I'm excited to see him play, and I'm glad that we picked him up, because if you guys watched him in the World Juniors, he had a great tournament, and I think he's the young talent that the Toronto Maple Leafs need in their lineup, and he's definitely going to be part of the foundation of their building blocks, and hopefully he's going to be part of the young core that the Leafs have. So yeah, I'd say Morgan Riley is the best steal in the NHL draft. Here we go. We've got a lot of questions here from Louis Erickson. He's actually on my EASHL club. The first question he asked, was what is your upload speed? To be honest, I really don't know. I know it's really bad though, because it takes me a long time to upload videos. Next question he asked was what kind of editing software do I use? I use Sony Vegas, Movie Studio, Platinum HD. It's just one version below Sony Vegas Pro, so it's not really that much of a difference. Next question he asks, do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I do. I've been going out for about a month now. How many Xbox controllers have you broke? I've never actually broken an Xbox controller because that's like throwing money down the drain, so I'd rather not break something that's worth $60 unless it's already broken itself. So yeah, I've never actually broken an Xbox controller. I know before I have raged and broke other things like a computer mouse because my computer froze once, and I basically got really frustrated and threw the mouse across the room and it shattered. So yeah, I've broken other things. What kind of stick do I use? I use a Bauer Vapor X15. I know in my last video I got this question. I said it was an X60, but I don't know why I said that. I don't think I was thinking straight at the time. And what's my favorite meal before a hockey game? I was a strict believer on eating 3 hours before the game. I don't know why. I think I watched some hockey show or something like that back when I used to be really into hockey and I used to play, of course. So I would say probably anything pasta, so like zoodles, Kraft dinner, or for those of you in the U.S., macaroni and cheese, I guess you guys call it. But anything pasta is really good because it's got lots of calories, or not calories, carbs, sorry, and it just gives you lots of energy. So yeah, I'd say anything with pasta in it. And another question he asked, how many sports have you played in your lifetime? How many? I've played, we'll say 3. I played, the first sport I actually ever played was soccer when I was 7 or 8 years old. I only played for like a season and I really didn't enjoy it. And then I moved on to playing hockey when I was 9 or 10 years old. And then I got into baseball when I was 13. So yeah, I've played 3 sports. And then he asks, have you ever broken any bones? And he puts a little, at the end of the sentence, bones here. I guess it's supposed to be a pun. No, I have not actually broken any bones. I have fractured my ankle. That's I guess how the closest I've ever gotten to breaking any bones. But yeah. And the next question that he asks was, how do you manage to make time for your YouTube? Be honest, I try to set aside time to make my videos. I've mentioned this in other commentaries. Sometimes I don't really have time, so if you've followed my channel for a while, you'd notice that I go through these certain weeks where I don't upload videos at all, and that's either because I'm too lazy or I'm just incredibly busy with school or work or hanging out with friends. So I try my hardest to put aside time on the weekends to make my videos, but yeah, that's how I find time for my YouTube channel. And the final question that he asked me was, do I play Minecraft? No, I do not. I refuse to play Minecraft. To be honest, I don't see what's so fun about digging stuff and sitting there for 3 hours. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I've never really watched any Minecraft videos, but I've seen little trailers and stuff for it. I just don't see how it could be fun. So yeah, that's why I don't play Minecraft. Well, I think he asked the same question, all the same questions twice. Most underrated NHL team from Kipper Mixer. Like I said, I think the Colorado Avalanche are probably the most underrated NHL team just because they have so much young talent. And I think they'll probably go pretty far in the playoffs this year, providing that they make it. The Flawless Gamer wants to know, boxers or briefs? Boxers, why not, you know, it's more comfy. Evil Turtles, oh, that's not even a question, my bad. Canadian Hockey Fan 11 wants to know 10 reasons why the Toronto Maple Leafs will never win the cup. Well, first of all, never say never. I can give you a reason right now. Fire Brian Burke. I don't even know how long the Leafs have been in a rebuilding stage, or so they say they've been in a rebuilding stage. I think it's been since the last NHL lockout, so about 9 years now. And to be honest, as a diehard Leafs fan, I'm just getting sick and tired of missing the playoffs and hearing all the bad jokes and all that stuff. So yeah, fire Brian Burke. Another reason is I think last year getting rid of Ron Wilson was a big step in the right direction. Randy Carlyle is definitely a better coach than Ron Wilson in my opinion. So with Randy Carlyle behind the bench, I think that the Leafs are going in the right direction here. Another reason why I don't think that the Leafs will win the Cup is because they don't have a solid goaltender. Yeah, you can argue James Reimer is NHL ready, but I don't think he's actually NHL ready to be a starter yet. I mean, he's still pretty young and everything. And I think the Leafs need to make a trade for a decent goaltender, like a starting goaltender, instead of having James Reimer, because he's definitely not ready to be Toronto's #1 man. Another reason, Toronto definitely needs to get a top-end forward. Someone that can work with Phil Kessel. You can argue Joffrey Lupul's there, but the Leafs don't have their Matt Sundin anymore, their Wendell Clark, their Doug Gilmour, what have you. They don't have that on their team anymore. They haven't had that in a while, so I think they need a top-end forward to play with Phil Kessel and Joffrey Lupul. I don't know if they may or may not trade Mikhail Grabovski this year. I don't know if it'll happen. They've been speculating that it may happen for the past 2 seasons now. I think that if they give up Grabovski, they can also throw in Mike Komisarek or Clark MacArthur and possibly get a top-end forward. But that's just my opinion. I think Clark MacArthur can go to a playoff team and possibly make them better. And I think what Toronto should do is do the same thing that the Oilers are doing. Edmonton basically knows they're not going to make the playoffs, so they play all their young guys and they gain experience. So 5 years down the road, they'll be more experienced and they'll be a playoff team. So that's what I think the Leafs should do. Play all their young guys, bring Nazem Kadri up. To be honest, I really wouldn't care. I think, in my opinion, he's ready for the NHL. He's a fourth-line guy. He can play on that a third line, and I think he'd be okay. I mean, he's not defensively minded enough for the NHL, but I think playing on the third grinder line right there, he'd definitely gain some experience. And 5 years down the road, who knows, maybe he could be part of the full rebuilt Toronto Maple Leafs. I can't even think of 10 reasons why the Leafs wouldn't win the Cup. I'll throw this one out there. I'll admit it, they suck. I guess you can say there's a lot of negativity. But yeah, I can't really think of 10 reasons. But that was definitely a good and interesting question. Dizzy Swift 5 wants to know, do I think the NHL is coming back this year? Well, the answer to your question, yeah, just came back now. I guess that's kind of irrelevant now. And the final question for this Q&A video comes from Vladimir Putin. Sorry. Who's your favorite NHL player of all time? My favorite NHL player of all time would have to be Matt Sundin. Growing up, I just watched him every Saturday night. He was definitely my childhood hero. I looked up to him so much. The way he played behind the net and just the all-around player that he was. He was definitely my favorite player, and I was sad to see him go after the 07-08 season, and especially that game when he came back, when he was playing for Vancouver and won the game in overtime. That really hurt. And especially, I thought it was cool last year how he got his jersey raised, his number retired as a Leaf, and he also got inducted to the Hockey Hall of Fame. So yeah, Matt Sundin, definitely my all-time favorite player. And the last question he wanted to know is, how did I get involved with hockey? Well, you see, I grew up in a household full of hockey fans, and my dad grew up playing hockey. His brother played hockey. My grandfather played hockey, and my mom's side wasn't really hockey that much, except for my uncle, who actually used to play junior hockey. He was actually drafted by the Oshawa Generals back in the day, back in the 70s or so. But Basically, I was supposed to play hockey when I was 5 or 6. My parents put me in skating lessons, and I didn't get into it really. I basically sat on the ice and cried, which is kind of funny, I guess you could say. And my parents started building an outdoor rink in my backyard every year, so um, yeah, that's basically how I got into hockey. And then when I moved to Ottawa, I decided, I really want to play hockey now. So I started playing kind of late, I guess you can say. I started when I was 9 or 10 years old. So that's how I got involved with hockey. I actually last year was it was my last season. Now I kind of just play in beer leagues. Kind of off now. My next beer league starts up in May, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing summer hockey. I'm excited for my beer league. We play for a keg, and at the end of the season, or for the championship, the team that wins the keg, they bring it out on the ice. You get a picture with it, and I don't think you get to raise it over your head, which I think it would be kind of cool, but I don't think it's really possible. But yeah, that's how I got involved with hockey. Oh, my bad. I missed a couple questions here. Mr. Toasty wants to know, how did you meet Mold Gold, Mitch, Cruiser, Robbie, Deacon, Dobbs? Well, I met Mold Gold through YouTube. It was a while back. I think it was about a year ago now. So yeah, I guess you can say I've known Mold Gold for about a year now. It was back in the day when my channel wasn't very well known. I think I had maybe 50 subscribers, if that. He commented on one of my EASHL videos, and he basically said that we should play OTP sometime. So I added him on Xbox. We started talking, playing NHL together, and that's how we got to know each other. I got to know Mitch because I needed a channel background, so I contacted him, and he was more than happy to make me a sick channel background. It's not the current one that I have right now, but it was a pretty awesome background. And we added each other on Xbox, and we just played NHL a lot together in our YouTube club. And well, we're pretty good friends now on Xbox. Pretty much all of us, Mold Gold, Mitch, Cruiser, and Robbie, and Deke. I got to know Cruiser from playing club with him. I really didn't get to know him through YouTube, and then I found out that he had a YouTube channel, and I started watching his videos. Robbie, funny story. Last year when me and Mikey Dangles were playing, myself and Mikey Dangles rather, were playing club. We were looking for defensemen, and Robbie got back to us, so we started playing with him. And then once we stopped playing club, I'd say, when was it? Late August. I started playing club with Robbie, Mold Gold, and Mitch. And I completely forgot who Robbie was, and he's like, I used to be on your club, and then I realized, I remember that guy. So kind of a funny story. We met through playing club. Decosaurus, he commented on one of my videos, and we played a little bit of EASHL, and so yeah, I guess you could say we met through YouTube, and we talked a bit on Xbox. And Dobbs, I don't really know that well. I don't even think I really ever spoke to him. I think I've been in a party with him. He was on his way out or something like that, but yeah, I don't really know Dobbs. And the last question, my sister's piano wants to know, how do you get your channel big and he can't get his own channel known? Well, first off, my channel's not really that big, but just a few basic tips out there. These are pretty much well-known tips. Upload as often as you can. Of course, your quality is going to be a very big factor there. If you're recording with like a cell phone, no one's going to want to watch your videos. So I'd say either go with an Elgato or an HD PVR. That's what most of the big YouTube channels use. I know that for sure. Some of the other people use Blackmagic, but the Blackmagic Intensity Pro, sorry. I don't even think you'd have to have a really good computer for that. So I'd say if you want to get your channel big, definitely great quality. So get an HD PVR and Elgato. Get a good microphone, get a Blue Snowball. Just good content too, and network as much as you can. I mean, for example, if you have a channel with like 100 subscribers, you notice someone else who also makes NHL videos around the same amount of subscribers as them, ask if they want to do a box for box. Add each other if you guys play on the same console, add each other, play NHL together, and you guys will help each other grow really, and it's actually pretty cool because I started I added mold gold to my sub box last year, and it just grew. Like, I have this close knit community of friends that also have YouTube channels and that I've met through YouTube. So that's the coolest part about YouTube. It's not just a hobby. You get to meet some friends out there, and it's a great networking opportunity. So that's definitely how I can suggest to get your channel big. And you have to put the hard work in. I mean, if you're working hard on your videos, you're uploading 3 or 4 videos a week, you're definitely going to get your channel noticed, and people are going to want to come back for more all the time. Just keep it fresh, you know. You want to keep your viewers into it and involved in your videos. So I'd say, you know, just hard work, good quality, network, and that's pretty much all the tips I can give you to get your YouTube channel big. And my channel is really not that big, to be honest. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for all the questions, guys. You guys were awesome. And I'll probably do another Q&A video for 300 subscribers. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.